Diane Becker, a private web page developer.
And I'm Marilyn Schleich, the Associate Director of the Nebraska Edge program at the University of Nebraska. Welcome to the virus episode of the Security Squad series. Today we're going to talk about keeping your office safe against malware and computer viruses.
Cool. This is my favorite topic because there are so many things to talk about protecting your computer from viruses. There are actually many ways of contracting a computer virus. You can get them over the internet, you can get them through email, you can get them through shared flash drives. There are hackers who write software code designed to steal your computer data, erase your hard drive, or possibly send spam using your computer. These hackers perfect their skills and can easily break into an unprotected computer or network system in a few minutes.
Wow, Diane, I guess this really shows the importance of protecting yourself against these attacks. I've heard of these terms: spyware, adware, malware, Trojan horses. Let's first talk about what some of these terms may mean.
Okay, first let's look at malware, which is designed to infiltrate a computer without the owner's consent. In general terms, it's defined as hostile or annoying software or program code, which could include computer viruses, Trojan horses, worms, spyware, or any unwanted software.
It sounds like there is really no good news about malware. What's vital is that we have a clear understanding of potential attacks.
First off, we have the computer virus. What happens is the virus or malicious code copies itself and infects your computer without your permission. The major difference between a virus and, say, any of the other malware, adware, and spyware is that a virus is reproductive, which means it can spread from one computer to another. For example, say an infected file was shared over a network. It could be sent over the internet through an email or could be spread through a removable device, such as a USB drive.
So you really have to be careful, especially if you are sharing files with others or receiving email from unknown sources. Okay, Diane, so what's the next definition we need to know?
Well, next is the Trojan horse. It may appear to be an interesting computer file, such as an audio file. It is actually a malware that appears to perform a usable function, but in reality it creates unauthorized access to your computer system. If you would open a file that's a Trojan horse, it copies to your drive and allows the hacker remote access to your computer system. Depending on the design of the Trojan horse, the hacker could then take over your computer and perform other operations. Trojans are not self-replicating, which distinguishes them from worms and viruses.
Oh, this is getting a little bit more complicated. You mentioned worms. So what are worms? I take it they aren't the kind of things that grow and crawl on the ground.
Well, they do act somewhat like a worm we would see in the ground. A computer worm is a virus that copies and multiplies itself on your computer. A worm uses a network to send copies of itself to other computers on your network, and it may do it without you doing anything. Unlike a virus, a worm does not need to attach itself to an existing program to do damage. Worms almost always cause at least some harm to your network. Worms are more complicated than Trojan horses and can spread lots of ways, including through email. A classic example is the configure worm, which will block access to antivirus websites and even open your computer to receive additional viruses.
So now, Diane, we know about some of the harmful viruses, but what about the adware and the spyware that we don't want? They might destroy any file, but are still an issue for an internet user as they are an annoyance and distraction. They also take up valuable computer memory space.
Right. Adware is an advertising software which can be added to other application software that the user is installing. After it's installed, adware automatically plays, displays, or downloads advertisements to a computer. It's often designed to note what internet sites the user visits and then to present targeted advertising. Now, spyware is software that secretly monitors the user's behavior. The functions of spyware extend well beyond just simple monitoring. A spyware program can collect personal information and internet surfing habits, and then will send that to an internet marketing company without your knowledge. Spyware is known to change computer settings, resulting in very slow connection speeds. It can change your home page and or cause a loss of internet access or functionality of other programs.
What about shareware that can be downloaded from the internet? I've heard it can be very dangerous as well.
Most shareware downloaded from reputable sources will have screened their download software to protect you. Just be aware of the reputation of the download location.
Well, Diane, here's an experience I've had. I received a notice on my computer, and a pop-up said I had malware on my computer, and it was already scanning my computer. A long list of malware came up, and then it said I had to uninstall the malware. I needed to purchase their software. What is actually going on was they were infecting my software or my computer even more. I had to pay this company to get the malware taken back off. It cost a heck of a lot more money to remove the malware than if I had just had a good virus protection in the first place.
Marilyn, that's a great example why we need good virus protection. Another growing problem that we're seeing is actually crimeware. Crimeware is different than other malware. It's designed for identity theft and cybercrime. Crimeware captures a user's confidential information with the purpose of taking funds from their financial accounts or completing unauthorized transactions. This identity theft can have very long-lasting implications for the user. They do this by keystroke logging or key logging. This is the practice of noting the keys struck on a keyboard. Typically, the person using the keyboard is unaware that their actions are actually being recorded.
Oh, stop. For goodness sakes. This is just driving me crazy. Is there any way to prevent this from happening? Can I ever feel safe again?
Well, Marilyn, I know this can be overwhelming, but this is important for people to understand the terms and the fact that there are others out there who want to create chaos in our lives.
So tell me, the good news, is there any way to keep my computer and data safe?
Well, it's absolutely necessary to install antivirus software. The software detects malware such as viruses and Trojan horses. It deletes it and prevents it from spreading to your other computers. Antivirus companies write software that constantly monitors what viruses are out there. It's important that you schedule regular updates to keep the antivirus software current and your computer safe. Although your new computer may come with pre-installed antivirus software, remember to register it and activate it or to install another antivirus software of your choice. But don't overdo it and install 2 antivirus software programs on your computer. Just pick one and stick with it. Antivirus software is available in download form from the internet or from a retail store. Some are free of charge and some have a yearly fee. You'll need to install the antivirus software on every laptop and desktop in your office. Of course, it'll be less expensive if you buy a business pack for like 5, 10, or 15 computers. You'll find the pricing on their websites. The cost for antivirus software is very minimal compared to the possible downtime or theft of your data from having an infected computer. Your customers are trusting that you will keep their data safe on your computers.
This is great information, Diane. You mentioned to schedule regular antivirus updates. How do we do that?
Well, you want to set up the antivirus software so that it will download the latest malware protection every day. You do this because there is new malware constantly being designed and introduced. Besides updating, it's also important to configure your antivirus software to scan incoming files, such as those downloaded from the internet, incoming from an email, or on a removable disk, such as a flash drive.
Good point, Diane. I've also heard that updating your computer operating system is a good practice. What do you think?
Hackers occasionally find ways to get into the operating systems through vulnerabilities. You'll need to download the updates to fix these problems.
Okay.
The easiest way to do this is to set up your computer to automatically download and install updates. In Windows Control Panel, Security Center, and then select Automatic Updates and Installation. This will tell your computer to seek out any updates as they become available.
Okay. So some good tips to keep in mind are 1, never open an attachment to an email that you did not expect to receive. 2, make sure each computer antivirus is scheduled and ready to go and regularly updated and set to scan any incoming files. 3, download files from only trusted websites. And 4, keep the computer updated through automatic updates and installation on your operating system. Okay, Diane, I've got to ask. After listening to all this, I have to wonder, what if a person does not have antivirus software and they suspect they have malware already? What should they do?
Well, it depends on the severity of the malware attack. They can attempt to install the antivirus software, run it, and scan the computer and follow directions for virus removal. This may correct the problem. If it doesn't, you'll have to contact a technician for additional assistance.
Thanks, Diane. This is great information that everyone that has a computer needs to know. In the security plan, you will find a section on viruses. This will help you protect your computer system. This is your security squad signing off. Remember, don't gamble with your business.
Keep that data safe and secure.